I know you like Derrick Henry, Brett, so let's start there.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a calendar thing. Henry's month of December's got 560 rushing yards, 6 yards a carry, 0.22 missed tackles forced per carry. Stuff rate down at 28%. It was over 50% for every other month not named December this year, down at 28%. His explosive run rate is doubled, up to 10%. Unbelievable. I mean, it's 1.2 yards per carry more than he was averaging the rest of the season. But this is the time of year, and Pittsburgh's been horrible against the run.
What?
Why are you shaking your head?
You're welcome. What is going on, and welcome to the final edition of Matchup Points on the season. Week 18 is upon us, the most difficult week to handicap for sure. Luckily, we've got Brett Whitefield and Graham Barfield here. We've got three brains, so maybe we should call the podcast Three Brains. But anyway, three brains here on the Week 18 task, and we'll get right into it. Happy New Year to everybody listening. And we know you're hardcore if you're listening to this right now. And it can be a little difficult when we know like a large percentage of the audience is not engaged, but we got to see it through to the very end. And we start with Carolina at Tampa. Brett, I'll go to you. Playing check-in on Brett Baker Mayfield. Like, how is he playing right now? We know these teams met just a couple of weeks ago. He didn't crush it in that game, but what's the latest on Baker in terms of how he's playing?
Yeah, it's not good, John. He's been pretty bad. I think the initial prevailing thought was it was since the injury he had been bad, but it actually kind of started a little bit before that. I think week 7 against the Legion of Whom Lions kind of broke him. And even if you rewind the first 6 weeks of the season, there was some insane – they were living on like some insane variance there with some of the plays that were being made and the contested catch stuff, the final – 4 consecutive wins on the final play of the game. I mean, I think when you put the season in totality, it kind of all makes sense now. But yeah, he's just really not playing good right now.
Definitely has a myriad weapons to throw to here. You and I discussed, we like Chris Godwin. It is difficult to go all in on anyone else, though, at least in terms of the props. But, Big Mike scored last week. McMillan's been crushing. You could certainly use those guys. We like Godwin. What do you have on Bucky Irving, Brett? And then, Graham, you can chime in on Bucky as well when Brett's done.
Yeah, Panthers' run defense has progressively gotten worse as the season's gone on. Looks more like last year's iteration of the Panthers than this year's so far. Like last 5 weeks, 141 rushing yards per game allowed, 4.91 yards per carry. I think if you just filter for running back carries too, it's even worse. 6 touchdowns allowed, explosive run rate up over 8%. So it's been pretty bad for them. I think if Bucky gets 15 touches or so, his prop should be in play. And I don't know about starting him in fantasy, right, if you're still alive, because the Sean Tucker effect on the goal line is a real thing, and then Rachaad White's going to vulture catches as well. So not a great situation for fantasy, but for a prop, I kind of like it.
Bucky did get 19 carries for 71. Graham, do you have any thoughts on the Bucs or Bucky or anybody else? Anything pop for you here?
Yeah, with Bucky, it's kind of like Brett said. We've got this like empty calorie role for fantasy, right? Because White's playing so much in pass get down, and then Sean Tucker has been their goal line back since Irving came back. My only note in this game is that the Panthers, they continue to play a lot of cover 3, a lot of one high coverage, and they did that in week 16 in their matchup, 40% cover 3. This season, Mike Evans has a massive 17-yard ADOT against cover 3. So when Baker is getting that one high look, he's very willing to, chuck it deep to Evans. I know it hasn't resulted in a big spiked week yet with Mike Evans, but by his role, John, he's been like wide receiver 2 by expected fantasy points in his full games, only behind Jamar Chase this season. The targets, the target volume, the air yards, it's all been great. It's just like Brett was saying, Baker's not playing particularly well. This is another good matchup to chase a spiked week. Just schematically, it makes sense. He's also done very well against J.C. Horn in his career. We got to talk Panthers. Like, this is like the worst. I mean, the Bucs have lost 7 their last 8, but Carolina's been arguably worse. I mean, Bryce Young, man, like last week was a very, very tough watch. Like basically all checkdowns. He really didn't push the ball down the field. However, I mean, this is a totally different matchup. Bucks secondary has really struggled. What do you see on this Panther side? I think they're so interesting in this game.
Yeah, Bryce, when he plays a team like Seattle, you really see the limitations he has.
Right.
Yeah.
But against bad defenses, he's been able to be okay. I think what's crazy is no one's really talking about this. They average less than 20 points a game, and they're likely to make the playoffs. Like, that's crazy. Like in the modern, I can't remember a team in the modern era with a worse offense than these Panthers. However, this is a good matchup on the ground for Rico Dowdle. I like Rico Dowdle. I also kind of like Tet a little bit, and I don't know
he
why.
He ripped him for 73 with a tutty a couple weeks ago. He looked great.
Maybe. Yeah.
This is an awesome spot for Tet for sure. We should note real quick before we move on, the Bucks, even if they win this game, they still need Atlanta to beat the Saints because of the tiebreaker situation. Bucks went 1-1 against the division, but Carolina went 2-0 against Atlanta, so it gives them the tiebreaker. So I mean, Bucks just completely melted down, and that no longer control their own destiny.
They've lost 8 of 10, right? Am I crazy for saying?
I think it's 7 of 8. Yeah, 8 of 10 sounds right. It's really,
you know
really
what the
bad.
shame is with Bryce Young, and we'll move on. Is there was a moment where I'm like, they need a second receiver, and Coker looks like a pretty good option, but Brett, you can't trust any. You can only go Tet. That's it. You can't trust any other receiver for these Panthers.
It's because he's the only one that lives outside the boundary, like out on the boundary. The other, like
Right.
Legette's best over the middle, Coker probably the same thing, and Bryce just literally can't see those guys.
Right, exactly. Moving on to Seattle at San Francisco. Big game. Start them if you got them. I mean, we got one of the highest totals on the board here. Third highest total. We got certainly a tougher matchup for San Fran's offense, but it looks like they're going to have George Kittle. They'll have all hands on deck. Kittle, maybe not be 100%, but Tonjes is pretty good. Pearsall looked good last week. Obviously, Jennings and pretty much everyone here. But the guy, Brett, is JSN. 101.5 is the number. I'm already leaning over, even though it's a freaking high number.
Yeah, no Shaheed too, right? That's confirmed? Or
I think he's probably trending toward not playing.
okay. Yeah, I mean, gosh, we saw this offense with no Shaheed. I mean, it's literally just JSN. So, and the 49ers defense is so bad. It's so porous. I think Seattle should have no problem setting up these play action shots that they're going to take to JSN. So, I mean, Sam Darnold will definitely gift the 49ers a possession or two. I actually think the 49ers might win this game, but, it is home for them. And Seattle should have no problem moving the ball in any phase of it, really.
Shaheed in the protocol, estimated practice stuff. I mean, will he be cleared within a week? It's happened this year.
They play Saturday though. He's got a
short week.
True.
Yeah, short week.
True. And then Cooper Kupp. Our data liked Cooper Kupp last week. I almost played his prop. I'm like, nah, I can't do it. But I know you also, Brett, have some thoughts on Seattle's running game.
Yeah, what's interesting to me is the Charbonnet role is kind of leveled out into an actual functional, like you can kind of count on it a little bit now. I think early in the year he was mostly like a pass down and short yardage workhorse, and now he's like I went back, watched all of his runs the last 2 weeks. Every single one except for one of them was in an obvious running situation, which is basically what Kenneth Walker's role had been. So I think that's really promising. He looks good too. His explosive run rate now has creeped up to 5%. Not that far off of Kenneth Walker. So They were living and dying with the Kenneth Walker sword because of the explosives. But now you're getting them from Charbonnet. I mean, it's all the other metrics are just so much more favorable to Charbonnet. I'm not saying Walker's bad or out of the mix, but I definitely think the split and the way they've set it up the last 2 weeks is probably a thing they're going to roll with because it's working.
Yeah, Graham. I mean, it's just we talk about this every week. There were a couple. I didn't see every run. I saw 80% of them, and every single time it seems like he can't run inside Walker.
Well, Brett made a good point. I think it was some point this middle of the season where, and I think he's right, Brett. Like I think you're right on this. Like they're just telling Walker to bounce runs, just because they're not blocking particularly well. That's one thing that Seattle's really not done particularly well all year. Yeah, this backfield's the same. It's been all year. I'm just going to say it. I'm surprised the 49ers are not favored in this game. Brock Purdy is playing at an incredibly high level. I just trust him way more than Darnold. I get it. This defense sucks. The Niners defense is terrible. They're going to give up points. They're going to give up points in the playoffs. But Purdy with a full cast of weapons, man, like this, it's like the perfect matchup for him too, in terms of just like how the 49ers can, kind of deploy their weapons, especially if Kittle is full go, John. Because like if Seattle's had one kind of issue on defense, it's against tight ends this season. Last week didn't give up anything to Panthers tight ends, but that's Panthers tight ends. Before that, they were giving up like the third or fourth most yards per game. So yeah, all in on Kittle here, and I like the Niners to win this spot.
Kittle had 4 grabs for 25 and a tutty in the opener, but he got hurt.
Yeah, it was all in the first quarter. He was going to have a huge game.
Right. Yeah. And Ton just came in and scored a tutty. So they scored 2 tutties.
Yeah. We got to talk about the fact, too, that Sam Darnold was in this exact spot last year, playing for the 1 seed, final game of the season, totally went to bed against a very bad defense.
Yes.
So, I mean, it would not be unlike Sam Darnold to struggle in this game. I cannot believe the 49ers aren't favored here.
Yeah.
It's just this defense, right, Brett? I mean, the Niners just can't get pressure. Secondary stinks. Salah's doing an okay job, I think, like limiting big plays. But
yeah, Shanahan's the coach of the year, in my opinion. What he's done with all the injuries, winning despite that, it's been unbelievable.
Now, you had some thoughts before we move on Juwan Jennings. He will see a lot of Rick Woolen. He didn't do anything in the first game. He was, coming off myriad injuries. Ricky went off 4 for 108. So what was your thought on Jennings here, Brett?
Yeah, I do like him. I know he's going to see Reek a little bit, but the way the 49ers deploy their receivers is not traditional of other teams. It's actually more closely resembles what the Rams do, where they're going to play a ton of bunch formations and a ton of motion. Right. So they're going to protect Jennings. Jennings kind of plays, I don't want to call it the Puka role because from a target standpoint, he's not getting that kind of volume. But as far as the way they hide him, move him around, get him free releases into the middle of the field, like it is very reminiscent of what Puka does. And in the Seahawks, when they've struggled, it's been against those types of players. Obviously, Puka gashed him for 225 the other week. I'm not saying Jennings is in line for a game like that by any means, but I do think that's how the 49ers like to create mismatches, and he's the guy that they're going to do it with. And the Seahawks have been softer in the middle of that defense than they have been on the perimeter. And I think that they'll use those favorable matchups with Jennings.
Plus, real quick, Graham, they give up a lot of receiving production to running backs to Seattle.
It's all underneath. It's all underneath and over the middle. Rick Woolen's like one of the most underrated corners in the league in terms of like fantasy points per route run allowed. He's like up there with DJ Turner and Pat Surtain and those guys. I mean, he's really good.
It's crazy. He started the season basically benched.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
And then battled back to win the starting job back, and now he's awesome.
Yeah, well, he was great in 2023.
Yep.
Yeah,
he was a shutdown guy that year.
Yeah. Let's move on here to New Orleans at Atlanta. My notes here is that, the only thing that's going to stop Tyler Shuck from balling is the conclusion of the season. Basically, pretty good schematic matchup for Shuck and Olave. Yeah. We say it pretty much every week, Brett. What else is there to say about Tyler Shuck? I give a ton of credit to Kellen Moore.
Yeah, he deserves a ton of credit. Shuck looks great, though. He deserves credit, too. I think he's probably making a really late push for Rookie of the Year here, and I'm not so sure he's not going to win, guys. Like he
should be.
It's only been 7 starts, but it's been a really impressive 7 starts. So
he should be. Who else would it be? Teteroto McMillan.
McMillan, I think Fannin Jr.'s up has got to be in the mix.
I think I kind of like Fannin for that.
Shuck's. You look at the numbers. Shuck is playing at one of the best rookie clips of all time. I pulled this since 1970, only 9 quarterbacks have completed 65% of their throws for at least 7 yards per pass attempt. Shuck's one of them. The other 8 are Jaden Daniels, Brock Purdy, Mac Jones, Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott, RG3, Cody Kessler. Remember Cody Kessler?
Oh, Mr. High completion percentage.
Yep. And Ben Roethlisberger did it too. That's pretty good company. And
he's doing it while being aggressive, though.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is like he's pushing the ball down the field. And Brett, you've been saying he's got great arm talent. Man, they've got something here. And Rattler's a pretty good backup too. We were all saying he didn't really do anything to lose the job. It's just they've clearly got something in Chuck. As far as like dead teams go, we've got a lot of dead matchups here in this 1 p.m. window. This is by far the game that I think has the most motivation. Obviously, Saints trying to get Shuck as much experience as he can, trying to get him Rookie of the Year. Also, Raheem Morris is trying not to get fired, and he might have saved his job last week. I'm not sure if he did. He might have done enough to save his job against the Rams. We'll see, but
it's funny you say that because if I'm the owner, I look at that and go, no, that's
where's
why
that been? Yeah. Where's that been?
Yeah, because you did this now. why? They've been the most puzzling team all season. So,
Well, and Kirk Cousins is showing late in the year how stupid the Michael Penix decision was.
yeah. I mean,
he just runs the offense well,
Yeah.
The ceiling is not as near as high. Penix can sling it. Cousins still, I think, is, we were talking about last week. I mean, he's playing a lot better. He's putting a lot more velo on the ball, but
yeah,
I mean, the floor is so much higher with Cousins.
And Bijan Robinson, I mean, he's like top 5 all time, Brett, in terms of running back talent.
He was the best running back prospect I ever evaluated. So
yeah. I mean, it's insane. It really is insane. Drake London last week. What the hell was that? Was he a decoy? Or did they just not throw it enough? I mean, that one there was a little confusing.
First game back from injury, I guess.
Well, actually, it was a week before he came back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like,
PCL injuries are not fun. I think that if we've learned anything from the last couple of years, is that anybody that has a PCL injury, it's going to take time. It took Puka time.
I learned that 20 years ago from, I don't want to name drop, but I will. Nate Burleson gave me on the Sirius XM when he was still in the league. Me and Kaplan asked him about his PCL. He gave us a good 6 minutes on that puppy, but that's a good point.
Burleson's a good dude, really good.
Oh
dude.
yeah, phenomenal guy. Yeah, I've met him personally too. He's a very nice guy, special guy. Anyway, yeah, that's it, man. So that's my bad for in a standalone game. I thought we only have so many choices for props, so I went in on a freaking Drake London prop, but never again. Never again. In fact, one of my lessons learned is I don't think I'm ever going to play a player on a prop over who is even remotely close to on the injury report. I don't care if you get pulled. I don't care if you get pulled. I mean, you'll miss out on some wins, but you'll probably, miss out on more losses. But yeah, I don't have anything else on Atlanta. I don't think you could use London with any confidence. Pretty good matchup schematically for Mooney, for what it's worth, which is very little. So we can move on to Cleveland, Cincinnati, and this one won't take very long. It's not the best schematic matchup here for Harold Fannin. I will say this too. Bengal D, Brett, they're kind of coming on the last month or so. They're not terrible. They're actually getting better, I think.
The pass D's definitely been better, right? It's the run D that's still super problematic.
Right.
One thing that's helping them out is they got into a couple really weird game scripts, right? Was it the Miami team? Was it Miami they blew out?
Yeah, they blew out Miami. They basically blew out Arizona last week too.
Yeah, so neither team could really sit there and run the ball. I think that changes the complexion a little bit when the pass defense knows what's coming, and you have DJ Turner who can take away your best receiver. I think that's helped.
Yeah. Well, Fannin, if you need him, he's the only game in town. There's nothing else going on here. Judy on the outside will probably get erased. For the Bengals, hey, I mean, Chase Brown, incredible. He moved up, Graham, to RB8. He's now going to beat his ADP. And again, I don't, they made some adjustments in the running game that Brett pointed out about 6 weeks ago. That worked. Getting Burrow back is huge. Yeah, I mean, Chase Brown, he is who we thought he was.
Yeah, and it's been kind of a weird season for him in that, he got a ton of volume in the middle of the year, but didn't really have much explosiveness. And then, like Brett was saying, they changed up this run game a little bit, and he's looked a lot better. True week winner last week. Scored the most fantasy points among running backs. Johnny, he's going to be real interesting to evaluate in drafts next year.
Right.
Really interesting. If he's a second round pick again, like late second, he's going to be pretty interesting there.
Contract year for him next year too.
Yep.
Yeah. And he's looked so good. I was thinking they'd probably draft another back like early-ish to kind of give him, some more competition, but I don't know. Maybe they just draft another depth piece. I looked into this. Since Joe Burrow returned, they've scored on 50% of their possessions. That is the third best scoring clip in the league right now, behind only, I think it's like the Rams in that period. Excuse me, it's tied with the Rams, tied with the Jags. This offense has been really good. I struggle to see the motivation if the Bengals are just smashing the Browns in the second half, but I mean, Burrow's been playing at an extremely high level. I think the Bengals are one of the few teams in this 1 p.m. window we can kind of trust, even in a kind of a dead game. How bad, though, Brett, real quick, is Burrow going to be trying to avoid the history? He's not going to want to be played on the highlight reels with Myles Garrett. Garrett has owned Burrow in his career. That's gonna be a fun battle to watch.
Burrow's had problems against the Browns in general.
In general, yeah, for sure.
I was gonna say good luck because I don't know that they can block Garrett.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's nothing to play for, so maybe you game plan it.
Did you watch that second half of the Steelers game? Rodgers was actively avoiding. Like, he was playing to avoid the sack, basically.
There was a couple times where it looked like Garrett was coming free, and the look on Rodgers' face was like he had just seen a ghost. I mean, it was insane. I mean, Garrett nailed it when he said they cared more about stopping the record than winning the game. It's true. I mean, there were, I think every play in the second half, he was triple teamed.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I've never seen anything like that. So
yeah.
That's crazy. Good thing this game is not in Cleveland, because I have noticed over the years, Cleveland has been a house of horrors for the Ohio native Burrow. For example, 2023, 82 yards in Cleveland in the opener. Even last year, he was much better in Cincinnati. He threw for 252/3, completed 77% of his passes. Earlier in the year, he was only at 60%, and he only threw for 181. Now, he didn't throw a pick or anything, but a little underwhelming there. And certainly T. Higgins and Chase looking good here for sure. Moving on to Indy at Houston. For Indy, it's Riley Leonard, and it's a nasty matchup. So I'm out. I'm out on maybe Warren, who's killing me the last couple of weeks, Tyler Warren. Graham, anybody else here? Obviously, JT. I did opine on that live stream last week. Of course, I lost the two props, but I'm like, by a handful of yards. I'm like, I think they're going to be able to commit to Taylor, which they kind of did last week.
Yeah, they did. And it was just Jags' run defense continues to be really good. They've obviously, Colts play action game is just like it's basically not effective anymore with Rivers back there.
Right.
Can't imagine it's going to be too much better with Leonard. I went back and looked. Steichen played his starters in all of Week 18 last year. JT had a massive game. They're not really playing spoilers here. Obviously, Houston's already locked up a playoff spot. I suppose if they wanted to say, like, we're playing to kind of be competitive in the AFC South. But yeah, I mean, Colts last season, Week 18, we're fairly run heavy. They closed the season extremely run heavy. Right. I think they do that here as well. But I mean, they're gonna get stomped here. This Texans defense is just gonna smother them.
Yep. Real quick, Brett, do you think I do with some seasoning and development that Riley Leonard could be like a great backup?
Yeah, I think that. I mean, the first trait you need for backups is like temperament, right? I think he's got the temperament of a strong backup. He's a film grinder. Leadership skills. I mean, that's why he went from Duke to Notre Dame. So I mean, he's got the IQ and the leadership traits for sure.
What about QB1 down the road? Is that within his realm of possible outcomes?
He's got the mobility you like for sure. Yeah. I don't think he's got the arm talent right now. Not to say he can't develop, but we've seen worse arm talent guys start. So
right. Okay. Shadow coverage likely on Nico Collins this week. I mean, if I'm looking at Nico Collins versus Sauce Gardner, I'm thinking Sauce is going to win. I hate to say it. That's because of Stroud too,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how healthy Sauce is right now either.
Yeah.
I don't know what the motivation is there either.
He came out of that last game. I think he's still a little hurt with that calf injury. And we were talking. We were like, where the hell is Jaden Higgins last week? And then the first drive of the game, they get him open on that big post. I think he's off. I think Higgins and Noel, they've got two legitimately very good secondary weapons for Nico behind Nico, and they just don't continue to not play them enough. But
no, I don't want to scare people off of Nico, because I see here it's a great schematic matchup. Of course, Brett, they're all great for Nico, but what do you do with Nico? Like, just roll them if you're still playing?
Yeah,
you got to.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I like Schultz quite a bit in this game.
Yeah.
Colts play a lot of zone. Schultz is
Mr. Zone.
Yep.
He had 7 catches for 55 in the first matchup.
Yep.
And poor Woody Marks, man, Mr. Empty Calories. Like, every week he runs for 74 yards, catches one ball for 3, and gets you 9 points if you're lucky.
8.7 projection every week.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Tennessee, Jacksonville. Do you see that play Cam Ward made, Brett, last week, where he was like almost parallel to the ground?
Yeah.
And it was ridiculous, but it didn't count. But I mean, I see what you're saying there, where the guy flashes some special ability. Like, wow, you put this guy in a good offense with a good coordinator, well designed with some good players. Hey, you got something here. I can't go in on anyone though. I mean, look, I think I said this last week. The one thing that's freaking crazy is Tony Pollard's going to outproduce his ADP.
That is crazy. That actually is crazy. Is that true? That's wild.
Well, I mean, it's nothing riveting, but he was like RB24, and right now I think he's like RB20.
Wow.
On the season. Better late than never, I guess. Let's take a look here. RB22. Okay, so he didn't go off, but on the season, 1,034 yards, 4.5 yards a carry, 5 touchdowns. This is about what you would think he would have done.
Yeah, it's literally the same year he has every season.
Yeah, 30 catches, 189.
Yeah, it's the same year he has every season, but all the production's come in the last month. He was like unusable weeks 1 through 12.
Right. Anybody got anything else on this game on the Titans side? Probably not, right?
Nah.
You can't even trust Okonkwo in his final game because of freaking Gunnar Helm, And for the Jags, I thought Trevor played very well last week, Brett. Again, I mean, he threw a pick, but I just every week he's like on the money. It just seems like he is playing like the best quarterback in the league. Quite frankly,
he looks awesome. It's some of it is just negative play management. Like he's mitigating all the negative plays, and then the hero throw rates up, catchable ball rate, accurate throw rate, all that, and then the wheels. Graham, I wanted to ask you that. Does he looks fast?
He looks fast.
I know he's been a good athlete. He looks like a great athlete to me now. Like,
I think it's slowed down for him. He's always played fast.
Yeah, too fast.
Now, exactly. He played too fast, and now I think the offense has come to him. He's slowed down, and it's allowed him to kind of like actually process these scramble lanes. They're calling some design stuff too.
Yeah.
On third and short in the red zone as well. I mean, he's huge. This is the thing I've been saying for years with him. It's like he can run. It's not like he's Josh Allen, but he can run, and he's he's really tough to
Josh Allen though.
Right now, he might be. You might be right about that.
I watched him win the corner against the safety 2 weeks ago on that outside run he had for like 25 yards.
Yeah, you might be right about that.
Is he Mahomes? Well, how about Mahomes? Is that
Mahomes is just like, he's quick, but he's just such a goofy run. I can't get over his gait. He just runs so goofy.
Yeah, he walks goofy.
He
walks goofy.
Yeah, he does walk goofy. Strong lower half for Mahomes. You just can't tackle him.
Yeah.
Lawrence kind of walks like he just crapped his pants, quite frankly.
Lawrence is like, he's 6'6", and he's legit. Like, he can run a little bit.
Right. And myriad options here. I mean, it's kind of crazy here. Parker Washington really pops.
John, that was a great call last week by you. He was incredible in that game.
He really was.
He's the reason they won that game. I mean, he legitimately was getting open at will underneath.
Yeah. And
this makes it awkward for what happens with Travis Hunter next year. Is he a corner only?
Yeah, he is.
I think he should
I'm naming him a corner only. I have no say in the matter.
You and I have been talking about this for a while, right? Like when he came out, I said he should be a corner.
Yeah, same.
Right.
Yeah, same. Right.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather have Parker Washington. Player.
You extend Myers. BTJ is your 2 kind of shot play guy. You extend Washington, who's going to get a bag for sure, and then you draft another receiver. You're golden.
Yep. And ETN, we're rolling with him, obviously. Green Bay, Minnesota. What do you guys think? Graham, I'll go to you. If you're Green Bay, you just play Malik Willis?
Yeah, I think so.
Because it's a great schematic. He looks incredible.
It could just be Clayton Tune. I'm with you. Yeah. It could be Tune, though, because he's, Willis is hurt. Love, obviously, they're not going to risk. This spread kind of suggests it might be Clayton Tune. Vikings are 7.5-point favorites. I also think McCarthy starts in this game. They're going to get one more look at him.
Yeah.
There's some positives coach speak from O'Connell. But, yeah, I mean, the Packers are implied to score 15 points. I think it'll be Tune. And then, I mean, Malik Willis, man, he's made himself a lot of money this offseason.
I mean, he looks like a less entitled Jalen Hurts out here, Brett. I mean,
that was my comp for him coming out, ironically.
Boom.
Is he a future Brown, Jet, or Raider? He's starting for one of those 3 teams next year.
You don't think Miami has a chance?
Miami too. Okay, sorry.
Miami kind of could do it. Tua's deal's just so disgusting.
I think they kind of like Quinn Ewers though, man.
What about Pittsburgh?
Well, Pittsburgh makes sense. And Mike Tomlin, John, go back to that Senior Bowl. Mike Tomlin was all over Malik Willis's ass. Everyone thought they were drafting Malik Willis at 20 overall that year.
That's
true.
You're
right.
That's true.
And he'd make a lot of sense with Arthur Smith.
What's even funnier is that Senior Bowl, I watched Dan Campbell's staff coach Malik Willis, and then I asked Dan Campbell about Malik Willis fitting into his offense and would he be willing to change his offense, and he said, yeah. But in retrospect, and not to throw dirt on Goff here, but that would be quite interesting, with that running game.
Pretty much I shouldn't say every Lions beat writer, but several Lions beat writer had them taking Malik Willis number 2 overall.
Yeah.
And the guy went in the 3rd round of the draft. So.
Well, that was I probably did not help that because I asked that question. I know a lot of people picked that up in the Detroit media that week.
This is just another I've been saying this for all year, but this is another example of how much coaching matters. And I think coaching matters almost more than quarterbacks outside of the Mahomes, Allens, God quarterbacks. I mean, Willis looked non-functional with the Titans, and he goes to LaFleur, gets into an actual good offensive coordinator, turns his career around, and looks like a totally different quarterback. I mean, we just got so many reclamation projects that are like this now.
Well, I mean, Brett, when you have a guy real quick who probably can't really process all that well, wouldn't it be ideal to get him with a coach and a scheme that guys are wide ass open?
I'd love to see him with Mike McDaniel.
He would shred with Mike McDaniel. That's the thing. He came from Liberty, guys.
Right.
He was the show. Every play call was
hero ball.
You got to go win this rep for us. That was it. That was all.
Best running back of all time out of Liberty, Brett.
Oh God. Hold on. I know his name. Jennings. This is his last name. Played for Jacksonville.
Oh, Rashad Jennings.
Jennings.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I actually know him personally. I've interviewed him multiple times. Great guy. I've done TV with him. But I was going to go with Sam Congato. Sorry.
Real quick, I did School of Scott this week with Scott. We talked quarterbacks the entire time, and a lot of this conversation came up about QB development and how important coaches are. That's a good listen. Everyone should go back and check that out.
Yeah, that's absolutely. And that was one of my lessons. I just did my New Year's resolution on the Prop Point show. I'm placing a higher emphasis on OCs and play callers. I lost too many Barkley rushing props because Kevin Patullo stinks, for example. Jefferson and Addison, I think we roll with them. We're taking a leap of faith with JJ, but if the Packers are going to be no Micah Parsons, where was JJ when he got hurt, Brett? Remind people how he was trending before he got hurt, because he was putting up QB1 numbers.
Well, let's talk about it. We talk about this Trevor Lawrence breakout that Trevor Lawrence has had the last 7 games. Well, over the same stretch, McCarthy actually had a higher catchable ball rate, a higher accurate throw rate, a higher hero throw rate, a lower turnover-worthy throw rate.
Wow.
I mean, it was pretty remarkable. So he definitely was trending in the right direction. The data lies a little bit, right? I think I'm not saying I would take McCarthy over Lawrence by any means, but I'm just saying data-wise, they compared very, very similarly, and everyone's praising Lawrence for the stretch he just came off of. So I think the proof is in the pudding there.
Spoiler alert, I'm going to be in on McCarthy again next year, and I'm sorry about that. But, he'll be the 15th quarterback off the board, if that.
Oh, he's going to go way later than that.
Probably way later. Yeah. And, the guy got 3 touchdowns in 44% of his starts in a nightmare season.
Yeah.
Well, they have to bring him back as as their starter, but they're gonna have some competition.
Hey, great. That's fine. I'm all about it. Competition brings out the best in everyone. So I'm in on it. Let's go to Dallas and the Giants. This is my favorite game. This also has the highest total on the board. The Giants are not tanking. I think we'll get points, period, right? I thought Dart looked a little bit, more viable last week. Wandell's the man. I start him if you got him in this game, Brett.
Dart looks good. Another medical tent appearance, though. It's great. There's a counter. I think Joe Marino told me 9 medical tent appearances in his last 5 games. That's crazy.
Wow.
It doesn't bode well.
No, that doesn't bode well long term. That's pretty crazy.
Him and
Wandell
McCarthy need to get together and go see some sort of guru.
Yeah, they need to go get on those Russian meds that Christian McCaffrey's on or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Find that chamber that Matt Stafford spent
Yeah.
time in this summer, whatever the hell that was.
The barometric. Yeah, I think he travels with that thing.
Yeah,
It's like a trailer he takes with him.
he does. Yeah, I saw that.
That's unbelievable. No, T.O. used to do that. T.O. did that 20 years ago. He'd sleep in a hyperbaric chamber and all that crap here. But I like Pickens. Last chance for Pickens to show something.
Yeah.
Brad, do you remember Jake Ferguson? I don't know if you remember that guy.
The name kind of like sounds familiar. I don't know. Who's that again? I don't know.
He's on the Cowboys. He's
Right.
Gary Alvarez's grandson. But I do like this. I do like him here. The schematic look pretty good. But yeah, any other thoughts here?
Yeah, I mean, Dallas has been dead for a number of weeks. I think it makes sense that they're gonna kind of play this one out. I disagree that the Giants are tanking though. They tanked pretty hard against the Vikings.
Oh no, they weren't tanking last week.
They weren't tanking last week, but
right.
Man, I mean they
tanked against the Vikings, but
they certainly could do themselves some favors by tanking here and like locking in the number 2 pick, right? It's because if they lose, the Jets lose, the Jets are the number 2 pick.
Well,
if the Giants win, excuse me.
How valuable is that? Like how valuable is the number 1 pick this year, Brett? I mean, is Fernando Mendoza the number 1 pick?
Well, yeah, and he's the only one.
Right.
So yeah, another quarterback. I mean, Dante Moore. Some people are gonna like him. I'm out.
Well, this is why I thought the Giants would tank last week. So you have Dart, you want the number 1 overall pick, trade it for a king's ransom,
right?
And now you're set up. But now, I mean, they kind of screwed themselves.
There's some offensive tackles at the top of the draft here too that they desperately need to go.
Well, the Giants situation is low key insanely good. I mean, maybe Dart doesn't make it, but man, think of the talent they have there, man, on defense and also the O-line. They've got talent on the offensive line.
I mean, the front four is good, but their secondary, I think, is still really bad.
Which is crazy because they've invested a lot in.
I know they've missed on everything.
Well, the one guy, Cordell Flott's been pretty good.
He's a free agent though.
Oh yeah,
they got to re-sign him. They got to re-sign Wandell. I think that's really important to them is re-signing Wandell.
Very true, very true. These things can unravel quickly.
Yeah.
But I mean, I generally thought that their O-line at times looked, I don't want to use dominant, but pretty good. A
lot better than they have been.
Yeah. Well, start them if you got them there. Jets, Bills. The Jets are dead. I'm declaring that it's over. Don't use any Jet. Well, maybe Breece Hall if you need him. I mean, he's gunning for stuff, I guess. But and then for the Bills, I don't know. I don't know where we go here.
Yeah, the Bills are tricky because they're locked into the 5, 6, or 7. They're right now the 7, and this team total to me suggests they're not going to play Allen for a full game. They need the Texans to lose. They need the Jaguars to lose, and both those teams are double-digit favorites. So I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of Josh Allen in this spot.
And then James Cook, obviously, we're not going to see him.
He might get a drive. I think he needs he's the rushing leader right now. Taylor could pass him in that early window. So if they want to get Cook the rushing record, if they value that, maybe they play him for like a drive. But yeah, I think this game's just completely dead.
It's completely dead. Yeah, that's it. And the sad thing is the Bills are kind of dead, even if they were fighting to make the playoffs. I mean, other than Khalil Shakir, with the tight ends, with Kincaid banged up, there's nothing you could really count on here. Mm-hmm. Lions, Bears. All right, Brett, your thoughts on Detroit? Do they go just bazonkers here, balls to the wall?
Yeah. I think they're going to go out of their way to try to beat Ben Johnson one last time here and spoil them a little bit, right? Because the Bears are in play for the 2 seed and yeah, so I think that's definitely going to be top. You'll see more effort this week than you saw against the Vikings where they didn't show up. So also there's a little bit at stake here for some Lions. I think there's some incentive stuff, but also Dane Campbell will be the first coach to have 4 consecutive winning seasons in a Lions uniform since the 1950s.
Oh, my God.
So I think that might mean a little bit to him if they get to 9 wins. So yeah, I think the Lions are still going to be playing hard. I mean, they're bringing like Graham Glasgow and Taylor Decker have missed the last 2 games with injuries. These guys are in their 30s. and they're both going to start in this game, which is crazy. I mean, Decker, he looked like he was basically a dead body last week. So like in his press conference. So I
was worried about him last year, Brett. I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember that, but I'm like, this guy's falling off here.
Yeah, he's fallen off, especially in the run game. He's fallen off. Pass pro is okay, but point being is that if they're playing these guys, they are going all in to win this game. Amon-Ra's got some statistical stuff too. Like I think he can be the most receiving yards ever for first 5 seasons of his career is in play. Most receptions ever for first 5 seasons is in play. So I think he wants to go for those.
JMO got him for big play last time out, week 2, 2 grabs for 108. Amon-Ra 9 for 115. Tesla, what did he do?
Nothing. I think he caught a touchdown.
He didn't do much. That's all he does is catch touchdowns. He's a new Chris Carter.
Yeah.
But yeah, real
CC.
quick on Caleb Williams. Like better?
No.
Still no.
bad. No, I mean, so the things he's improved on are like he's not taking the catastrophic sacks. That's great. That was by far his biggest issue. Now it's the accuracy. It's really just the accuracy that's lagging at this point. I think he's seeing the field pretty well, and not doing a lot of the chaos merchant-y type stuff. But the accuracy is so bad. I mean, gosh, I was thinking about it. Like when you watch a Bears game, you see how many wide open targets Ben Johnson schemes up.
Right.
And then so I started playing with the data suite and filtering our data, and I came across basically just looking at every wide open target 10 yards or more downfield. Caleb Williams has the worst catchable ball rate on such targets in the league.
Damn.
He's lower than Max Brosmer and Shador Sanders. I mean, this is
what?
yeah. I mean,
I was going to ask you if he's worse than McCarthy, but I guess you already answered that one.
McCarthy started really bad. Obviously, his last couple weeks had really elevated him. I think McCarthy's like middle of the pack. So.
Hey, that bodes well. More balls for Colston Loveland. I mean, like, big wingspan guys. So, yeah. And still, do you think, Graham, do you have any concerns about playing time here for these Bears? We do have the second highest total on the board. So it looks like they'll play to win.
They have the 2 seed in play.
Yeah,
it's still in play.
they're playing for the 2 seed. If they lose, they're no worse than the 3. Yeah, I could honestly, if the lines get up, I could see Chicago kind of taking it easy in the second half. I could see that. That was my note in this game, though. Is I'm sorry to everybody I told that Colston Loveland was going to be awesome this year. He definitely got started slow. He's been incredible the second half of this year. You're going to get annoyed of me with Colston Loveland next year, man. He's going to be like tight end 7. He's awesome. I mean,
he's awesome. This was a transformative year for tight ends in general, rookies.
He is going to be so good in this offense for a very, very long time.
Yeah, I think I hate to say it because I always like drafting rookies because I feel like you can get a little bit of edge because they're unknowns. But I think, generally speaking, the move is fade them and trade for them after week 7.
Yeah, that with receivers in particular, yeah, I think you're right. And running backs, it's just kind of hit or miss. If they get the early volume, they smash usually. But that wasn't the case for Ashton Janty this year. I think I said this a couple weeks ago. I definitely, that was a lesson learned on Janty. Not putting too much stock in volume and not putting enough in just the offensive environment.
Yeah, it's like the oldest rule in the book.
I mean, I was like the lowest of the site on Geno. So
yeah. It's the oldest trick in the book, though. Oldest rule in the book. Don't draft running backs on bad teams. It's kind of a boring. Yeah. It's kind of like blah, but it's true.
I think it's becoming more true, John, because we've got this kind of running back renaissance, and we've got so many good ones on good teams. We've got good talent on good teams, and we have that volume just isn't as relatively as valuable.
Right. It used to be, you can draft a guy like Genty and say, well, if they stink, he'll catch 6-7 balls every week. But that can't be counted on. What's that, Brett?
I said 6-7.
Oh, I'm sure you've gotten enough of that.
I have 4 kids, brother. It's all
bad. I'm sure you got enough of that.
That's the stupidest thing of all time, by the way. Like to arbitrarily pick a height that 98% of dudes are not, to make that your standard.
It's a LaMelo Ball reference, John.
What's that?
It's a LaMelo Ball reference from a rap song.
Yeah.
It's like a girl asks LaMelo how tall he is, and he says 6'7".
Oh, okay.
My 3-year-old has no idea why he says 6'7". He just goes 6'7", It's
But
ridiculous.
it is ridiculous. It's like, and that's what the Gen, what is it? Not Z. I guess it's Z.
Yeah,
They
Jen,
that is Gen
gravitate to
Z.
6. It's like it's dumb.
Yeah.
It's like, and I not to sound like an old man yelling at the clouds, but like have something better behind your thing.
yeah.
Other than it was a ball. I
Well,
will say about that ball dad, the dad, what's his
Yeah.
dad's name? The
I
guy
forget-
was right. The guy was right, pretty much, wasn't he?
I mean, all his kids are extremely talented. If that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the guy was a
He-
obnoxious guy talking crap, and he was not wrong.
Got 3 sons of the NBA. 2 of them, well, one flaked out, but 2 of them are very good. One's playing in
Yeah.
Europe. So
Yeah, and one of them is 6'7". Moving on, Chargers, Broncos. Anybody 6'7" here? Maybe a couple.
Herbert's close.
Yeah, Herbert is close.
Yeah.
I'm sure maybe one of those tackles on IR.
Joe Alt 6'7".
There you go.
Joe Alt. Well, Trey Lance. Graham, your thoughts?
Yeah, Chargers just packing it in. They're the 6 or 7 seed. They have no incentive to play. We probably won't see Ladd, Keenan. Quentin Johnston might play, maybe not, though. I think Gadsden will probably be the only guy that we see. No Hampton. We'll see on the running backs. Kamani Vidal's got a neck injury. I mean, they're just completely folding here. So Broncos are pretty much getting gift wrapped this 1 seed.
Where are you with Hampton, Graham? I think next year, to me, he's a top 10 running back.
Same guy he was at UNC. He's a bowling ball, lacks the lateral wiggle. You get him downhill, he's a freak, and you do not want to tackle him. I think what was most encouraging to me this season is just seeing his hands. You know, at UNC, he was really good as a receiver. He struggled a little bit in pass protection this year, but I think as a second-year player, that'll get better. And then, he's just been a really good receiver. So if they could just go into next year with just Vidal, John. If they do that, I'm with you. I think Hampton's like RB9, RB10 in rankings probably.
The things they'll be able to do with those tackles back in the run game,
Yeah,
be
exactly.
way different for Hampton. Way more space.
Way more. And, I'm assuming, Ladd's back, Gadsden's back, Johnson I don't know about. But
I think Johnson's still under contract. Yeah, he'll be
right.
good.
Yeah, there you go. And then
They're basically running it back next year.
there you go. Draft him Aaron Hampton. That's my first advice for 2026. Draft him Aaron Hampton. Arizona Cardinals at the LA Rams. No Marvin Harrison. Trey McBride got the record last week.
Yeah.
So, I don't know about motivation there, but obviously, if there's active football, Trey McBride's going to be out there. I don't have much here. This game does not have a very good total.
Yeah, and it might get worse. So if San Francisco wins versus Seattle, Los Angeles is locked into the 6th seed no matter what, because the Niners, will have that tiebreaker. However,
we'll know going in.
Yeah, exactly. We'll know going in, but the Niners lose. So if they lose, the Rams are going to be full go because they'll want to be the 5 seed. They'll want to be the 5 seed to face the NFC South winner. So that's kind of this game's very contingent on what happens in Seahawks Niners.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We're not messing around with the running backs in Arizona. That's it. I'm done. After Michael Carter last week, I'm done.
That was brutal.
That was brutal.
Absolutely brutal.
Not as brutal, though, as the Kansas City Chiefs. I did opine 2 weeks ago that they're dead. There are 31 teams. Do not go there. Of course, I didn't listen to my own advice. I went on a freaking Hollywood Brown prop over like 18 yards. I couldn't help myself, and he crapped the bet. My thing is on this Oladukin, you waited around. You kept him around for that? For 3-4 years for that? Really?
He's the thing about third string QBs that go between practice. They're basically just another coach.
Right.
He's doing film cut ups. He's breaking coverages down for Mahomes to help take the load off the prep. That's why they're there. They're not there to actually play,
Yeah, they made it sound though like, this great project. They kept them around and this and that. I'm like, okay, let's see him play. You're on a roster. Injuries occur. That guy, he has nothing. There's like nothing there. Like, I don't know. Anyway, that's a fair point though. He is a coach of the field, but we're not going there. And then it looks like Kenny Pickett, Graham, and I guess Michael Mayer. That's it.
Raiders are tanking for sure. If they lose, they win. So they'll have the number 1 overall pick. Yeah, I think it really is just Michael Mayer. I mean, it's a decent on paper schematic matchup. I can't imagine the Chiefs are going to play a lot of man coverage in this spot.
Yeah.
Play a lot of zone.
Brett, I went back and I looked at the Raiders. Fernando Mendoza will be the best young quarterback prospect that they've had in over 50 years.
They haven't drafted one in the first round in how long? Has it been 50 years?
Jamarcus Russell.
It was Russell. That's it.
Yeah, and it's sad for Mendoza. He's too good of a guy to deserve going there. I feel bad for him. But
well, maybe they need a nerd.
Yeah.
I mean, they're about to clean house again, right? There's no way they bring Carroll back.
Yeah,
there's no way they bring Carroll back.
There's no way.
Well, I would feel better about it for Mendoza if they clean house for sure.
Yeah. Well, then again, maybe Mark Davis will be like, "Oh, well, Pete had Russ Wilson."
I mean, Carroll's hiring has just been like suspect, to say the least. He did okay, like those 2012, 2013, those really good Seattle teams. I mean, his coordinators were good, but
OC's always been kind of a weird spot for him, though, right?
It has been.
Yeah. True.
A lot of his
with him.
Yeah, he had a lot of really good defensive coordinators.
Waldron,
Quinn, right? Quinn was on that staff.
Quinn was on there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, defensive coaches have been great. Yeah, it's the offensive side.
He's really struggled with.
Darrell Bevel was there for a while, right? And then
Darrell Bevel, exactly.
I mean, arguably, that Bevel might have been his best OC.
Right.
Yeah.
It got bad after he left, actually.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Miami, New England. Well, this does have a pretty high total.
MVP.
MVP.
Yeah, May's going for MVP, and they. I mean, obviously, Chargers have to upset them, but they do have a chance at the 1 seed.
Right. So, looks like Stephon Diggs. I don't think we're going to have any suspension coming down.
That'll take time.
Yeah, it'll take time. So we'll see about Booty. If he's going to go, that's pretty big. Mac Hollins is on IR, I believe, right?
He is.
He's out.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Douglas and Kyle Williams.
Yeah, Kyle Williams. He should get nice little ramp up here next year. I would imagine he'll start. I got totally duped by everyone last week on this Darren Waller prop. I couldn't believe how much production Miami had given up. Not Miami, Tampa had given up to tight ends, and of course Greg Dulcich got it all.
Yeah, I was on that too, John. That was good process, bad result. They just played. It was all Dulcich,
It was all Dulcich. I
They
mean,
gave 2 freaking screens to him though. That's disgusting.
Yeah, well, that last one they've called at the 3-yard line. McDaniel called some great screens, but that last one that Dulcich had was maybe the worst call I've seen in the NFL this year. No chance.
Waller, they ran almost the same number of routes. Waller had 10 grabs going into it and nothing.
Yeah, Waddle missed that whole game too.
Right.
McDaniel's safe, right?
I think so. Although he's done this every year. The last 3 years, they start slow and then just end the season hot. That's exactly what they've done this year. So
right.
It's a credit to him he hasn't lost the locker room though. I mean, this team's competed every week.
Yeah.
Except for really that Bengals game. They got destroyed in that game. But
But what are we going to do with Tua next year?
they got to eat it. I mean, there's no way you can start him. You just eat the money.
Tua's going to be a backup for somebody.
He'll be Mendoza's backup.
Yeah, he
That's
will
not a bad call, John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whenever there's something like that, I always just default to the Raiders. It's always easy.
I mean, that contract is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah. DC at Philly, unfortunately, the data was popping for Mariota, but doesn't look like he's going to go. I thought Josh Johnson was serviceable last week, even though, Brad, he's been in the league since the 90s.
Yeah, I think we're the same age. No.
He's going to be 40 this year.
Oh, so he's older than me. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's. I mean, yeah, he's
not
Josh
awful.
Yeah, there's a reason he finds a start or two every year. It seems like
Tank Bigsby time, Graham.
Yeah, he's going to get a lot of their early down base stuff, and then Shipley will probably play a ton on pass downs. Right. Eagles, obviously, it's kind of interesting. I thought they might play their starters for like a half just because this offense has been so bad, but Sirianni just playing it safe. They're locked into the 2 or 3 seed. Expect them to come out and be very, very run heavy in this game. Bigsby, good DFS play if you're playing DFS this week.
They need that O-line to get healthy. They can't afford to play Lane Johnson in this game. Or
yeah, exactly.
Or anything like that. So,
Baltimore at Pittsburgh, and obviously this is a big one. I know you like Derrick Henry, Brett, so let's start there.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a calendar thing. Henry's month of December, he's got 560 rushing yards, 6 yards a carry, 0.22 missed tackles forced per carry. Stuff rate down at 28%. It was over 50% for every other month not named December this year, down at 28%. His explosive run rate is doubled up to 10%. Unbelievable. I mean, it's like it's 1.2 yards per carry more than he was averaging the rest of the season. But this is the time of year. And Pittsburgh's been horrible against the run. They've actually been worse against the run with TJ Watt on the field too than they have without him on the field. And Watt's probably coming back this week. So I think, I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Yeah, I'm not sure though if he's coming back. Graham, have you heard? I thought I heard something the opposite of that.
Yeah, I mean, you have a collapsed lung. It's like a month to 2 month long process.
Did he not practice today? I could have swore I read that he practiced today.
Oh, maybe he did.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to get him back, but he might be like a limited, just pass rush situation only type situation. Because I mean, I can't imagine his cardio is in its normal spot.
Right. Okay.
Oh, whoops.
We've got a pretty good matchup here schematically for Zay Flowers too. So if they want to throw it with Lamar, I presume, Brett, they should win this game, Baltimore.
I'm at the point with Zay where I think he might be the hardest guy to project in the NFL.
He is.
I don't envy Chris for having to do that. I don't know. That's just me, though. He's very
he is a little boomer bust, but they don't really throw to anybody else, though. I know they've got 2 tight ends. Hopkins is not dead, and Bateman, but I kind of like it in that he is kind of their clear alpha. No,
true. I mean, he is, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I just feel like every time I'm bullish on him, I get bit, and every time I'm like, stay away, he does well. So
I'm 1-1 on my last 2 Zay Flowers props.
I mean,
3 weeks ago, he crushed. I was in on that, and then last week I liked him. He scored, but he didn't hit the prop.
I mean, the volume's been amazing. To your point, John, he's been like 30% of the targets in nearly every game back half of the season. Real quick, I got a crazy Derrick Henry stat. He now has 5 seasons of 1,400 or more rushing yards. The only 2 running backs with more all-time are Walter Payton with 6 and Barry Sanders with 7.
Oh, my God.
6-7.
Damn it.
I think I'm in on Henry again next year. Like I don't see a drop down.
I thought I'd be out next year, John, and I kind of am with you. I mean, it's
make sure you have a RB3 for early in the year, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, it can be done. John Riggins ran for more yards in his 30s than his 20s. Yes,
Henry probably goes 3rd round next year too. He's not going to go in the 2nd again.
I mean, look at these touchdown totals on the ground.
Crazy.
12, 16, 17, 10, 13, 12, 16, 16. We're trending upward a little bit.
Is he under contract in Baltimore?
Yeah, they extended his deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. That's if he's in the 3rd round pick, I'm way more in than 2nd for sure.
Yeah, he won't be a 2nd. He was a 2nd this year. He will not be a 2nd next year.
Complete outlier guy. I want the Steelers to lose so bad. I can't take it anymore. I cannot take it anymore. Can't watch it.
That was an unbelievable meltdown last week. I mean, they had that game gift wrapped and just could not do anything offensively.
I
didn't think losing DK would be that big of a deal, but holy crap, they have nothing.
They have nothing. They have no one.
Who did the call on that game? They did a really good job of break. Like Kenneth Gainwell is probably the only other guy you can get like exploit matchups with, and they didn't even try. I mean,
I think it was
Rodgers played really poorly in that second half. I think it was either the last play or the second to last play. He had Gainwell wide open on a little angle route. It probably would have been a touchdown, and he turned it down. I mean, he was staring at him and just turned it down.
A lot of the check down stuff were the Browns completely shut that down. Like the man coverage stuff. Like I noticed he got a couple balls in the flat, and he got nothing.
What was up with Jonnu too?
Who's that? I thought he retired.
He played more running back than he did tight end for them. In a game you didn't have DK. It didn't make any sense. The role was so weird. Like, why now? Why now do you go away from him when you need a pass catcher?
Arthur Smith. He's got a bag and he just randomly pulls out. Oh, let's make this guy thing now.
What's crazy about Arthur is like in general, I feel like his offense works in the way he kind of gets mismatches with his tight ends, but then he just does odd shit. It's just like, I just want you to stop doing the odd stuff that like takes you off schedule. Like,
right.
That is, if you just get rid of that, you'd be a pretty good offensive play caller, I think. And
I made that
play
case
designer
in the offseason when they hired him. I like him more than most. Conceptually, I love what he wants to do. It makes sense. It's just like you said, there's so many weird plays in between that you're just like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, did we have to make Darnell Washington a thing in season? Like, was that needed?
Well, just wait till they give Kyle Pitts the bag in the offseason.
Oh my gosh. He's going to get 49% of the routes. Let's go.
Well, on that note, we'll wrap it up here. This is the most difficult week to preview. We're sorry. We're a little less convicted on our takes for obvious reasons, but it's been another great year here. Very good year on the Matchup Points live stream. I hope everyone got a lot of good out of it. Certainly an hour and a half of your time once a week for a ton of insight from Graham, Brett, and yours truly. I'll wrap it up here and wish everyone luck in the finale. Obviously, stay subscribed to all the stuff, the feeds, whether it be YouTube or the podcast, will continue in the off season. I'm already starting to kind of look forward to like review stuff. I'll do a lot of review stuff, things I got wrong, things I got right, process stuff and all that in the off season. Of course, we'll cover the playoffs in full. I'll still do preview articles and have the props and all that. For Graham Barfield and Brett Whitefield, Happy New Year. I'm John Hansen. This has been the Week 18 edition of Matchup Points here at fantasypoints.com.